how can you explain the communication between the LCS in relation to the cells, like the DNA or the RNA in a larger consciousness system?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You ready? Here we go. My research from 50 years ago, I put genetically identical cells in 3 dishes. So all Petri dishes had exact genetically identical cells. But I changed the chemistry of the culture medium. That's what we grow cells in, a fluid. I say, what's the fluid? What does it represent? I say, culture medium is the equivalent of blood. That's how we look at, if I grow human cells, I say, what is human blood and what does it have in it? And I make culture medium based on that. I say if I change some of the chemistry of the culture medium, I change the fate of the cells. So I have 3 plates, genetically identical cells. All the cells are genetically identical, but in plate 1, I have 1 version of culture medium. Plate 2, a different chemistry culture medium, and a 3rd plate, a different chemistry culture medium. The first plate, they form muscle. The second plate, they form bone. And in the 3rd culture medium, the cells form fat cells. The point that blew my mind back then was they all had the same genes, but the fate was different. I said, so what controlled the fate? I said, the chemistry of the culture medium. That's what I changed. So the genes were not controlled by themselves. They were controlled in response to the culture medium, which is blood. So I say, now here's the connection. You ready? Your body is a skin-covered Petri dish. Inside your body, you have 50 trillion cells, like a culture dish. But you also have the original culture medium, blood. And I say, so the chemistry of the blood controls the genetics of the cells in your skin-covered Petri dish. The same as the chemistry of the culture medium controls the fate of the cells in a plastic dish. So I say, then what controls the chemistry of your blood? Because that's going to control the genetics. I say, the brain takes the picture of the mind. What's in your mind? Happiness, fear, love, anger. Why? Because whatever that image is in the mind, the brain translates that into chemistry that matches the image. So there's a different chemistry in your blood if you're in fear than if you were in love. I have 2 different chemistries. Love has different chemistry than fear has different chemistry. So when you are having a picture in your mind, the brain is the chemist that's going to make culture medium based on translating the picture into chemistry that matches the picture. So as you change your thoughts, you change the chemistry, but the chemistry is what controls the genes. So the genes, people have been told genes turn on and off. I go, genes cannot turn on and off because genes are just blueprints. And again, as I've said before, you go into an architect's office and she's working on a blueprint and ask her, is your blueprint on or off? And she'll tell you the truth. There is no on and off. It's a blueprint. So I say, then what controls your genes, which are blueprints? Not the gene, that's a blueprint. It's the chemistry from the environment, the blood. And I say, yeah, but what chemistry is in the blood? I go, what picture is in your mind? A placebo effect is, I have a picture of healing, and that chemistry goes in and heals my body. Even if the pill's a sugar pill, it wasn't the pill that healed me, it was the chemistry of healing that I put into my body from the thought. And I go, that's positive thinking. I say, and negative thinking puts chemistry in, but in negative thinking chemistry, it doesn't enhance your life. It takes away your life. It's called bad vibes and good vibes. That's what we're talking about. I say, where are they coming from? The picture in your mind. And what are you broadcasting? Because it's going to turn into chemistry, and the chemistry is going to match it. So there's a different chemistry for love than there is for fear. I say, so I say, what? My cells are just responding to the chemistry. They don't know what love or fear is outside. They know the chemistry. So if I change my mind, I change my chemistry, and the chemistry controls the genes. And that is the simplest passage from a picture to a chemistry by the brain, picture in the mind, chemistry by the brain. The blood carries the chemistry to the cells and controls the genetics of the cell. So all of a sudden it says your thoughts are going to control your genetics. And I say, why is that important? Because you're the one that creates the thoughts. You're the one that can have positive thoughts or negative. That's up to you. And all of a sudden I say, then you're not a victim of the genes. The genes didn't turn on and off. They were read or not read based on the chemistry. So if I have good thoughts and happy life and I love everything that's going on, the chemistry that comes out of my brain is chemistry for health. This is why when people fall in love, they're healthier, because the chemistry of love, a picture of love releases chemistry that enhances vitality. A picture of fear releases chemistry that compromises your vitality. And I say, so what was the result? And the answer was this: your thoughts control your genes. And this is called epigenetics. That's the new science.